So let's move to Bournemouth then, the first real test. Neil, I mean, what do you think? Let's start with them. How do you think they've summered? How do you think they are going to? How are you expecting them to emerge from the close season?
Well, it looks as though they're going to accept an offer for Zabani, which is the second centre-back, which means they've lost both of the first choice centre-backs. They haven't bought another one yet. If they do get one in between now and Friday the 15th of August, well, obviously that player has not been able to work very much with his new teammates. I think we're playing them at a good time. I think we're fortunate to be playing them now. They showed last season there's a point in every campaign, I think, under this manager. The attack hasn't changed, so we know the structure of that attack. The centre midfield hasn't changed. We know the structure of that centre midfield. The manager's still the same fella. So we know what he's about, which is very much about that front foot football, picking your moments to press, setting little traps, being smart as anything. That said, it's a new goalkeeper, maybe a better goalkeeper, but it's a new goalkeeper, and it looks very likely that it's neither of the first choice centre-backs from last season, and we've took the left-back. The new left-back that they brought in, he's got some caps for France. He's not a dope. He was captain, I think, or got the captaincy at times at Rennes. 23 years old. I think he's going to do really well there, but we've took the first choice left-back. He now plays for us. So that's 3 of their defensive line, and the other one that they'll probably play is Araujo, who didn't play that many games last season. They brought him in, he got an injury, and I think they got to the point with him over the course of the season was we'll get him ready for next year. So it's almost an entirely new back five if you include the goalkeeper. They're coming to Anfield. Liverpool have got to win this game in that sort of broad sense of if they don't, obviously nothing's finished. If they get a point and the maximum point is 112, I'm not saying Liverpool aren't gonna, that's our title hope's over. That's not what I'm saying. But when you go through the games, when you rank the games, 1 being the easiest to 38 being the hardest, this one in the round anyway, a home game, albeit against a good side, is probably in the top half. But at the moment we catch them, this is a game that will be in our sort of top 10 most straightforward fixtures over the course of the season. They'll attack well, they've got good players, but we should be doing the business.
Well, I didn't list our first 3 fixtures, but they are Bournemouth at home, followed 9 days later, ridiculously, or 10 days later by Newcastle away, and we've got Arsenal at home. Adam, this is when, as I said earlier, some points are more important than others. To lay a glove on the likes of Newcastle, and especially on the likes of Arsenal at this stage of the season, by lay a glove I mean beat, gives you a significant advantage more than just that the points will suggest. I said in my notes, I'm jumping one ahead here, but to beat Arsenal, there's a pressure to beat Arsenal now, because otherwise I think you go into the second leg against them later in the season, knowing that they, if they get a draw at Anfield or they win at Anfield, they can always go, we've got them to come to the Emirates in hand. I want to come back to Newcastle.
I think that they will be looking at that and thinking that's not a great time to go to Anfield. I think for Arsenal, for all the and the same with Bournemouth, for all the reasons that we've talked about, of it being not not the quite the settled period of the team. They don't know each other as well yet. And I also think that there's a factor where I think Liverpool usually smash someone at home in August. I was thinking of Villa. Is that the season before last?
This has been Arsenal in past years.
That's what I was going to say. Bournemouth and Arsenal have both, not in the August sense, but they've both been victims.
No, we 9-0 Bournemouth in August.
I know. What was that August?
Yeah, it was the 4th game, but it was August.
And I think a few of our many thrashings of Arsenal in the slightly previous era were early season as well. So I think that whether there's any players that've got that muscle memory or not for Arsenal, I think one of these teams is going to get put to the sword by Liverpool in the 2 home games. I mean, I don't know if we're talking about all 3 of the fixtures now.
Yeah, we are.
I think Liverpool are going to win all 3. And I don't think they'll win all 3 easily. I sort of see that in our early season games recently, we've tended to get the result where and we still look like a little bit like we're trying to build the plane while flying it at times. And so I think that there will be a little bit of that. Newcastle is by far the toughest, I think, but I just can't see past us. I think that the way the chips have fallen will end up suiting us. The only thing I don't like is the kick-off times. I sort of don't like the fact that Bournemouth and Newcastle are both nighttime games. But I think that I just think that 90 minutes is going to be too long for Newcastle. We owe them one after last season. That was my most annoyed that I was in the whole of last season. I think was that 3-3. I couldn't sleep that night, and that was, you know, that's quite normal actually for Liverpool fixtures sometimes. But that was the only time it happened last season.
Yeah.
So I think that there will be a sense that we really want to show something, and I think we'll just have too much for them on the night. And I do think that one of Bournemouth and or Arsenal are going to get put to the sword.
I think the more I think about it, Damien, and I can't help but hark back to past and the muscle memory of certain great Liverpool seasons. The classic 87-88 season where Liverpool had strengthened and were a new proposition, but no one was quite sure how it was going to gel, the Barnes-Beardsley team. Very early on there was a statement performance, and I think it was probably Coventry away. Was that the first one where we put
4-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went to Coventry, who
just won the FA Cup.
They just won the FA Cup, and they were sort of, you know, fancied in a Brentford-y, Brighton-y kind of way. And we went there and absolutely thrashed them. And obviously, there was a sense, it was a statement performance. And I feel that this Liverpool squad, with the aura around it, with the new guys coming in, that an early statement performance will really, really elevate the side's, not only its confidence, obviously, but other people's perception of it. What we've spoken about earlier has a chance to really bed itself in, cement itself in. The league will take on that. You know, that message, I feel, if we can make that statement performance. I don't know who it'll come against, if it will come at all.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.